Chances are you either know someone or are someone who has struggled with infertility. That's because in the U.S., 1 in 4 women have trouble getting pregnant or carrying a baby to term. And this week is National Infertility Awareness Week. And actress Jaime King is sharing her story to help others. Please welcome to the show, Jaime. Thank you.
Hi.
Jaime, you know, a lot of people suffer in silence, and I can only imagine a lot of our viewers are suffering in silence. So for you to have the courage to speak about this and destigmatize it, you are saving lives and you're getting the knowledge out there. Knowledge is power. Today, though, you are a proud mom of 2 beautiful boys, but you yourself struggled with infertility for many years. What was the hardest part of your journey?
The hardest part for me was really presented when I was around 26 years old, and I lost my first baby at that age. And I went to 9 doctors. It was the 9th doctor that finally diagnosed me correctly with endometriosis and PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. And I was so confounded as, first of all, you know, at that time, nobody talked about what it meant to lose a child or miscarrying or these different diseases. And, you know, so it was a very scary time for me. And then I realized that I had to do something about it, and I would do something about it by bringing education and awareness and talking to other women about their experiences, because of the way that it isolates you and makes you feel in many ways broken, right? I think that our society tells us that we're just supposed to be these like fertile goddesses, and if there's something wrong, then it's like, you know, it impacts your life in a huge way.
So Jaime, PCOS is actually a pretty common hormonal disorder, right? So how does PCOS impact your acting career and day-to-day life?
I mean, in so many ways, and especially when I wasn't diagnosed and when I was working through the diagnosis, because there's so at that time there were very limited ways to shift or change it. And so ultimately it's like, you know, everything that you do, it's like you're in pain consistently, then you want to isolate yourself. You know, it's when you're working, like I would just when I'm acting, I just use it. Like I'll use it for the scene, however that is. It's sort of like acting as if. But that's a big part of, you know, what I call a silent disease, which is something that that's not seen on the surface, that so many people have, whether it's PCOS or many other diseases. You know, if people can't see it physically, it's like it doesn't exist.
Right. And that's a lot of mental health too. I just have to say thank you for giving a voice and a name to endometriosis, PCOS. Someone even wrote right now, Cheryl said, I had 2 miscarriages. I understand everything she's talking about. Just having a conversation like this on daytime television is pretty revolutionary. So I really appreciate you activating that. I really, really do.
I'm so grateful for you guys having me on. Truly, it means so much. It really does. Because so many women have this, and they're either undiagnosed or no one's talking about it, and there's such a huge void in women's healthcare. And especially now with everything that's happening, it's insanity. And that's why I'm so thankful you know, to be on the board of Alara, because especially, you know, women of color, or, you know, that don't have the money or insurance to see specialists and multiple doctors. It's crazy to me that you know, I don't know. I feel like if men were to have something like this, it'd be like, oh, good, we got it. You're hooked up, like you're fine.
You're in every store,
right? Out of the vending machine.
It'd be like Dorito flavor too. And I just have to say, our show really prioritizes that. So we appreciate you having this conversation with us. Speaking of working with that private diagnosis, you and Bruce Willis starred in last year's movie Out of Death, and that's one of his last films before he had this unexpected retirement. What memories do you have of working with Bruce? How was it? He's such a legend.
He is the legend of legends.
Right.
To me, he's like family. You know, I've known him, gosh, for almost like 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And his daughters are very dear friends of mine. He's an extraordinary, I mean, not just, again, he's iconic. It's Bruce. And, you know, working with him is always a dream come true. He is the most gentle soul. And you know, to be in the moment in these scenes with him was extraordinary. And, you know, I'm really, I think it's extraordinarily beautiful how they have handled it and how honest they are. They're just an amazing family.
That's good to hear. Really good to hear.
Yeah.
I'm just reading the comments from our viewers. You're making a lot of people feel seen and heard, Jaime. And that right there is priceless. So we appreciate you.
That's making me cry.
Yeah, no, it's true. You're making me emotional as well. To our DBL Nation, join the Alara community. You'll learn a lot more. Visit alarahealth.com. Jaime, sincerely, thank you for your advocacy. We'll be right back. Thank you, Jaime.
Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks,
Jaime.